Hey guys, what's up? I have some pretty possibly sad news for next generation video game consoles. It is now being reported that the new Xbox 720 will not even have a disk drive. Will incorporate some type of memory card, something similar, maybe that's in the PSP or Sony Vita, whatever you want to call it. It also seems that the system might be going to a downloadable format, so you'll also have applications and also be able to buy the games directly over the internet. Now, rumors have been leaking out that the new Xbox 720 will be even cheaper than the Xbox 360 initially at the price launch, so maybe around $300 or $250, I'm guessing, but rumors are that it's going to be very affordable. Couple of the rumors of why it's going to be very affordable is, one is that the economy right now is not the greatest that it has been, so a lot of people are really tight with their wallet, and Microsoft wants to build this console for the economy that we have right now. It seems that Microsoft does not want to take a hardware loss that much on this system, or if not any. That has always been Nintendo's business model. Nintendo, I guess when the Nintendo Wii first came out, it might have cost them $250, so they broke even when they were selling their units, but they made it all back up on software, whereas Microsoft and Sony would sometimes be taking a $200-300 loss just on the hardware, and then over a year or two, then they would make their money back on the software. So it's a very competitive business. It's also getting very scary now with also Steam coming out. And I'm going to leave a link to the article that where I saw this, and it's coming from ubergizmo.com, and the link will just be in the description box. But I don't know how I feel about this if there's not going to be a disk drive. I was kind of, had some thoughts about this. I mean, to get the next generation, could you even spin a disc quick enough for it to get all the textures, get all the information it needs really quick? How long would it have to be spinning? Would even a hard drive even be quick enough? Probably for next generation, because hard drives, I believe, can spin quicker than an optical drive, but maybe even hard drives may not be able to be instantaneously be able to quickly load. And if you need some type of SD card or something, now I guess I would be pretty okay with this system if it went with an SD format or a memory card like the PSP Vita, where I could still buy a physical copy. But I really don't want to see consoles moving to downloadable only. Don't get me wrong, I love playing mobile games such as iPhone, iPod Touch, Android, and all those things. You guys who watch this channel know that I do cover a lot of those types of games, but still like to have the physical copy. And we never know what's going to happen, especially with, it seems, how Microsoft and Sony are building these consoles generation after generation. It seems that we went from Xbox One, that was basically a PC that had a Intel processor and NVIDIA card, and then we got the Xbox 360. We went with PowerPC from IBM and an ATI graphics card. Now the PowerPC, which is in the Xbox 360, is basically a PowerPC Mac, the old Macs before Mac went Intel. So you have to ask yourself, what's going to happen with the next generation of Xbox. There's rumors going around that people were saying that Xbox 720 was going to use a cell processor or this or that. So what happens if we have another console even after the 720, right? They change the hardware again. You buy downloadable downloadable games. You buy apps, and then some of the stuff is not compatible. Now you really have to give a lot of credit to Apple and Android, and I don't know, maybe Windows Phone 7. We played around with Windows Phone 7, but the apps do seem to have a good track record of being compatible. There are problems with older apps not working with new firmwares and so on and so, but most of the time those are usually fixed with a firmware update. And there's a lot of rumors going around that PS4 is going to use AMD and maybe ATI, or I can't remember. I think Review Tech USA covered it. I think it was AMD and I think ATI on the PS4. Again, these are all rumors, but I know it is a little scary about what next generation consoles are going to be, and is everything going to be downloadable? The only thing I could probably say that I would really like about downloadable content is that it will put the douchebags at GameStop out of business. I've heard so many bad stories about GameStop, about how they pay people and how they, just pretty much pay you bone minimum, and they do all these dirty things. So, I think they give you like some type of debit card or something so you get money. They don't do direct deposit, and they don't give you like a real check. Can't really remember what it is, but GameStop is a very cheap company, and I've heard so many bad things. I've actually talked to people who used to work for GameStop when it was before it became a bad company, and they used to treat their employees really well. Now keep in mind that the GameStop that we have today is somewhat of a merger between Electronics Boutique, or EB, and basically what happened was Barnes & Noble, who owns GameStop, gave the capital money to buy EB. Barnes & Noble was bigger than EB. So Barnes & Noble owned GameStop. GameStop had Barnes & Noble's money, so they bought Electronics Boutique. But I can tell you, like, a friend of mine, he used to get so many good deals at 10 years ago from GameStop. He would get like 20 or 25% off for buying new games or something. It was ridiculous. Because maybe like the hourly pay wasn't the best, but overall they were a little bit better. And EB used to be pretty good. I mean, they probably weren't the best company, but back in the day of EB, they used to let employees go home and play the games in the store. And then we got all this asshole fucking douchebag customers. And there was a lawsuit, I believe, that came out from California. And the lawsuit was that EB could not sell used items at a new price. So basically, if you opened up the game, you did not like it, before you could go back to EB and return it and get your money back, cash. You could actually get cash. And then it changed, and you can maybe just swap it out for another game. And now they don't let you do any returns unless you buy a used game, because of that. So somebody complained about it, made it worse for everybody else. Everybody else got fucked over the deal. But here's the thing that was so great about old EB, Electronics Boutique. They used to let their employees go home and play games. Basically, if so-and-so liked, let's say, I'm going back old school, likes Star Wars, and you want to play Super Star Wars for the Super Nintendo, he could, take the display copy, take it home and play it for a day or two. But here's the thing. After the employee brought back the game, they had to write it in a book, what they liked about it. So they had to write maybe like a paragraph or two what they actually liked about the game and how they felt about it. So what this allowed was the employees to be more knowledgeable about their products and why they liked them. And also, if you didn't have time to play those games, another employee could go through the book and say, hey, I trust Michael's opinion on this, because, me and him like a lot of the same games. I could read the book and say, one of my other employees really did like this game and everything like that. But, old EB, old GameStop, I used to really love those companies, but nowadays I don't care if they go out of business. I don't care if they die. Everything is becoming a little crappy. I will say this though, the demos for Xbox 360, PS3, and maybe a little bit that ended up on Nintendo Wii, actually brought back my I want to say my fun for video games, because I was able to download a demo, see if I liked it, and then play it. Not all games get demos. I know demos, they say sometimes it's a lot of work because you actually have to take a piece of that game out and then put it together and put it in a demo. But hey, people get to try it, they get to see if they like it, and then play it. But it's going to be very interesting to see what happens next generation. But I just don't want to see physical copies go away. But the article did seem a little weird. They were talking about SD cards, and who knows? Maybe it's a little bit of Microsoft's plan to get these systems ready to get rid of removable hard drives. Because if they can get all the downloadable money, they don't have to. They cut out a middleman, which is GameStop, Best Buy, Target, Walgreens, or Walmart. But whatever. So once again, guys, this has been MP4podcast.com, filling you in the gaming news. Take care, everyone. Bye.